Hello, my name is Tommy Davis, and you can call me TD. I'm the collaborator in chief, CIC that is, at TVC Labs, where we're helping drive entrepreneurship and technology-enabled innovation in Lagos, Nigeria. With a background experience working in technology-driven innovation with global brands and being recognized as one of the 100 most influential Africans of 2021 by Africa Magazine, I am really passionate about supporting innovative startups that are creating economic value and social impact here in Africa. Now, my poem framework is a unique, simple tool for understanding technology-enabled startup ventures. It identifies core strategic areas for building a startup, from the founder's vision through to their startup's proposition and the organization that delivers it to the economic measures to assess value and impact as they achieve their milestones along their funding journey from MVP to Series A. The framework is encapsulated in my book, Investment Worthy Startup, which provides a roadmap for building tech-enabled startups on the continent. And it's the book that has given birth to the IWS Masterclass Series, which covers the core areas of startup existence as they traverse that funding journey. The 12 masterclasses go into deep dives on the book topic areas, giving founders insights into the expectations investors should have of the business they're building. It also provides angel investors with insights on navigating their due diligence process for startups, which is a critical necessity for African early stage investments today. In IWSMS 7, titled Knowing How to Get Things Done, I cover the processes people use to create your startup's value. To me, this is actually where the magic happens. You know, that USP you talk about? Well, this is where it gets used to create the value customers willingly open their wallets for, partners enthusiastically support, and most importantly, employees go that extra mile to get things done for. From corporate governance to partnership and others, processes define your culture and the chances of success as a startup. So that's why in IWSMS 7, I deep dive into each of these areas. However, today's course is on one of the value creation processes covered by IWSMS 7. It's a topic that's dear to me, and it's about building your business strategy to provide guidance on short, medium, and long-term customer market and growth strategies for your startups people to use in creating that magic that defines them in the market to customers, to partners, investors, and all. So let's straight in. Now, we're going to be talking about what you as a startup founder need to do to have a credible business strategy that you can share with your employees, partners, and investors to ensure all of you are on the same page, as we say. So what exactly do I mean by business strategy? Well, it's your startup's business strategy is actually outlines how this brand spanking new company will solve a problem, reach its target customers, and achieve sustainable growth. Now, you got to think of business strategy as sort of a three-layered cake, with each layer building on the one below. Let me see if I can share a breakdown real quick, okay, of the three levels. First, the corporate level strategy. That's the big picture. This is the top layer setting the overall direction for the entire company. Quick key questions you're going to be addressing here includes, what's our vision? And given the vision, what's our mission to accomplish it? What industry sector are we playing in? How will we compete? Should we expand? or should we diversify? And you find that this level typically is decided by the founders and focuses on the startup's vision and long-term goals. Second level up, which is the business level strategy, that's really about winning in your market. This layer dives deep into how your startup will compete in your specific markets. Some of the strategies formed include: how do you gain competitive advantage in a particular market segment? What product services do you offer? How do you price and distribute your offerings? It might also even include strategies for differentiating countries or different regions. And the bottom level, bottom layer, whatever you want to call it, the functional level strategy, for me, that's where things happen. That's where you make it happen. This is the bottom layer. It outlines how the different units within your startup will support your business strategy. Okay? Functional areas like marketing, finance, and operations, each of them develops plans to achieve their business unit's goals. Examples include, well, you got to have marketing strategies to reach your target customers, financial plans to secure funding, okay, and manage resources, operational strategies to efficiently produce and deliver products or services. This ensures all the units are working together towards the common goals set by you, the founders. By working together, these three strategy levels create a roadmap for your startup success, from your vision for the future through the startup's mission for the day-to-day execution in different units. Now, next question people tend to raise is, so yeah, TD, all this is nice. How long should my strategy be for? Well, see, it breaks down into three sequential timelines for business strategy. Okay, short term, typically within a year or the next 12 months. Medium term is over a year and within the next 3 years. Long term, well, that's of course subject to achieving medium term targets, is over 5 years away. So the question becomes, nice. How do you then plan for this? Well, if we look at short term, which is the beginning, in your startup's first year, well, you start with a focus on building the initial product, getting early customers, and validating your business model. Okay. We no longer talk about minimum viable product. We talk about minimum valuable product. Okay. Because you've got to prioritize achieving product market fit using extensive market research and feedback for iterative development. You've got to have a clear go-to-market approach to build your customer base. Then focus on fundraising. After you've established that customer base, refining your minimum valuable product while assembling a versatile leadership team to complement the founders for a strong growth foundation. Now, what that means is really you've got people being team to customer in preparation. So what do I mean by that? Well, it's a people to people thing. In the first year, your primary focus is making sure you get the right kind of people, the right kind of employees that fit the right kind of customers so that you can start to create value for them. And that's really the primary focus, is getting that PMF, as we call it, in the first instance. But then what happens in the medium term? Well, in the medium term, you've got to concentrate on refining product market fit based on early feedback, scale your operations, and team with efficiency. Of course, you should explore strategic expansions into new markets supported by your network. And when I say markets, it may be new cities, it could be new countries, or even, like I said earlier, regions, and then form partnerships that bolster your startup's growth. You've got to secure a financial foundation with targeted funding, ready your startup for scalability and sustained success based on a proven market potential, and of course, your startup's operational capacity for growth. That's what we're talking about here, because there's a 3-year, how do I put it, defining period, okay, for a startup or not startup, as the case will be, because in 3 years, if you haven't proven you have all the attributes, of a startup, then you're probably, that's that sort of pivot time, think time kind of thing. But if you really are going gangbusters, as is expected of a true startup, well, then we get to the long term. Okay, in the long term, you've got to strive for market leadership by establishing a strong competitive edge and diversifying your offerings to safeguard against market volatility while considering optimal exit strategies for investors. Embrace continuous innovation and adaptability to stay ahead of technological achievements. And by the way, changing customer preferences will also play a factor. So invest in brand development. And if you get there, continental expansion is one of the things you've got to consider. But either way, what you're doing is leveraging your network to navigate new markets effectively. You've got to aim for sustainable growth by balancing revenue enhancements with profitability and cultivate a company culture that attracts and retains top-notch client, ensuring your startup not only leads, but defines its niche industry sector. So when we've looked at the long term, you can see that we've got a clear roadmap in time, okay, that the company is building out, so to speak. But, that's sort of, as I say, half the plot. The other half actually is on focus. Some say function, I say focus. And what do I mean by focus? Well, there are three critical focal points for strategy that you need to address ab initio. The first is the customer. You've got to strategically segment your market to identify and target the most profitable customer groups, employing data-driven approaches to optimize customer acquisition costs and maximize the lifetime value through tailored marketing, exceptional product service, of course, innovation. Okay, what are you innovating about? Retention. You got to keep the customers. And that's why I talked about iteration earlier. You've got to focus on enhancing the customer experiences. That way you drive loyalty through personalized services and support. You've got to leverage analytics for efficient customer acquisition. And you've got to implement retention strategies like loyalty programs and proactive engagement to building the enduring relationships you need that ensures your long-term profitability. Now, that's the customer-centered design I talked to you about in previous sessions, and I really need you to get a head around because it is going to be critical to whatever moves you make in the market. And that's the next focal point is your go-to-market. You've got to craft a nuanced go-to-market strategy by segmenting the target market, like I said earlier, to address specific needs using direct sales, content marketing, strategic partnerships, and even referral programs to build customer relationships and brand presence. Emphasis is on content creation. Why? Because it asserts your thought leadership. You've got to use targeted advertising for reach. Leverage your expertise and extensive knowledge, okay, including your network for personalized engagement and early traction. You've got to position your startup as the go-to solution within your niche sector. How do you do that? You got to focus on relationship building and channel optimization to connect and convert, not everybody, to ideal customers. That's who you're looking for. Now, the thing is, with a clear kick-ass go-to-market strategy, guess what happens? That means you're in a situation where you can actually go for growth, which is the holy grail. And in that case, what do? You've got to leverage your competitive edge in knowledge, experience, and networking to fuel growth through continuous innovation, strategic partnerships, and thought leadership. Commit to being at the forefront of industry trends and emerging technologies. Use customer feedback to refine your startup's offerings while you're fostering a culture of agility and adaptability. You've got to prioritize talent acquisition, especially given what's happening all around us, and development to sustain innovation and growth. Okay? Ensure your startup remains responsive and relevant in a rapidly evolving market as you're seeing. Embrace change and continuous learning as the central pillars of your strategy, engaging with your community to enrich your insights and actions. I trust that helps. Now that I got through that, I hope you were listening. I'd really, 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 really love your feedback because, as you all know, feedback is the food of champions, and I'd like to be one. So please think through what you've heard from me today. And if you'd be kind enough to share with me from this course, what exactly was your key takeaway from it? What was new to you, if anything? And what would you like to learn more about? Okay. And secondly, if you could just rate the course on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being and 10 being whoa. Yeah, please, 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 please. I need the feedback. I live on feedback. So the question then becomes how? Well, thank you very much. You can reach me by email at td@tvcng.com. Again, my name's Tommy Davis, and you can call me TD. Let's connect through my website or social media platforms to shape Africa's future together. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you find it useful. You take care.